All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Burke Griffin, and this summer I worked with SportsVisio. And I want to first say thank you to the E-Center and all the donors because, frankly, I had a great summer and loved my June and July. I got to have a lot of fun and learn a lot from SportsVisio. So a little bit about me. I graduated from Peninsula High School in Gig Harbor, Washington. I'm a Paul Scholar and a student athlete here at UNH, majoring in finance, minoring in philosophy. This is me hiking with my two little sisters and then playing football here. Someday I would love to have a company of my own, which was kind of the draw to the E-Center in this program, is I wanted to get hands-on experience with a startup in hopes that someday in the future I can be running one of myself. Oh, and then this was kind of a little joke. As much as I love football, I'm a horrible basketball player. So for a basketball-centered company, they kind of tended to give me a lot of grief about my basketball skills. But I did win intramurals with a couple buddies this year, so I always let them know that I'm an intramural champ. I left with a shirt. I got it all. But I might only make one free throw in the rest of my life. So what is SportsVisio? The gist of it is you use your phone, you record your basketball game, and we'll track everyone's stats and highlights. It's a pretty cool thing. I got to learn a lot about AI, as well as polish my sales skills, or learn a lot. Kind of got thrown right in the fire there. But it's an applicable app to players, coaches, parents, recruiters, really anyone in the basketball world. I think it's pretty cool to get your stats and highlights immediately after the game, and luckily so did a few other people from the summer. So my job, I think we all have kind of learned that at a startup you tend to have a lot of responsibilities. So my official title was business development and sales, but I, like everyone, we kind of wore a lot of different hats and did a bunch of different things. So this is a little bit what our app looks like. You would play a game, you would have your stats there immediately after, and then you can click on your highlights. They're already all pre-clipped, and our AI does that. And then this was probably the high of my summer, was a demo. I did a couple this summer, but for this one, we did a demo in Manhattan, so I got to drive down to the Upper East Side and do a demo with Basketball City, which I actually didn't know this when I submitted my presentation, but they just gave me a call yesterday, and it sounds like we actually got them. So we'll get they're gonna be, it's like a 16-game season where every Sunday they play a million games, but they're gonna use us, and this is kind of what we ended up sending to them. There's been a million calls and Google Meets and stuff in between, but relatively exciting there. So we filmed, uploaded it, went through the AI, we checked the annotations, and then get the results back to them, hear from them what they like, what they didn't like, as we're trying to kind of learn the market and learn what those basketball managers and coaches want to see. And then the lessons I learned, there was a lot of them, but startups are slow. It seemed like we'd set a timeline, wouldn't necessarily hit it, we'd do everything we could to it, but it's a slow moving process, and it's kind of just keep trudging, keep going forward, and that was the number one thing, is that perseverance. The next thing was your role is what you make it. I think for a lot of us, we probably learned, like, if you jump all in, people around you are ready to ask a lot of you, and so there's a lot of calling on the phone, a lot of emails, but there was also a lot of other things from market research and working with other people in the company. And then the last thing was communication is everything. We use Slack and HubSpot a lot for us, and to kind of make sure to have those direct communication channels was huge, and to try and keep everything efficient and streamlined as possible. And then I decided it wouldn't have been a true sales internship if I didn't try to pitch you at the very end. So I'm actually going to be continuing on with SportsVisio in the fall and through December, which I'm super excited. And my rule is if I picked up the phone and I called 10 different people, I could probably get one that was interested and see where that went from there. And I'd call the other 9 back in 3 days. But if you know a league, or maybe you pick up hoops or have anything of the sort, I'd love to talk to you. My email and phone number's up there. But I think it's pretty cool, and so I figured I might as well give you a little pitch while I'm here. All right, thank you guys.